Hi everyone, my name is Fabio Andres Gomez Fernandez, and this presentation is for the subject of didactics, the program of didactics for phase two. And I chose the skill of writing to develop my presentation and other assignments for this task. So let's start. Let's start with the overview of the skill and the importance in language and learning, basically. Um, this skill, it has a very important place amongst the other skills because besides being one of the productive skills, it allows the learner to communicate messages to um, different range of recipients given the opportunity to participate in modern world interactions, which of course is very important if we take this to a different scale, such as our university in which we're going to be working on, or also if the learner decides later on just maybe working around the English language as well. Developing properly the writing skill is going to be very important for professionalism. And writing is a communicative process, and we as teachers, we must encourage learners to define a clear message and the audience that this message is going to affect. And also, writing adheres to a principle of cooperation, which places the writer responsible for providing a clear and interest, interesting information, while the reader will interpret the text according to the writer's intention. And also, let's have or take into account that writing must be based on the learner proficiency level and that we cannot be teaching writing not having clear exactly what's this level of proficiency of the learner because we want to encourage the learner to write and not to generate stress or frustration. Also, we have different approaches, teaching approaches and techniques. And of course, writing as it is one of the main skills for language learning. Um, all the approaches, basically, they explain how to teach writing, no matter if it is maybe traditional approaches or the most innovative. However, um, mainly I would love to focus my teaching and learning experience on the communicative approach and also the task-based approach, as they're not only the most innovative approaches right now, but maybe the most process and product focused in terms of language learning. And why these two approaches? Because at the moment that we teach writing, we definitely need to encourage the learner to have satisfactory and very meaningful experiences. And these two approaches actually they involve activities in in this range. In addition, we can use talking a little about techniques that we can use. We can implement brainstorming, also guided writing, collaborative writing, peer feedback, journal writing, among others. Let's talk about and maybe just because of a matter of time, let's quickly talk about the skill principles and maybe the learning sequence because we have some other slides that I would like to share, and we have only 5 minutes. Regarding the skills principles and the learning sequence, well, Celsa Murcia says that basically depending on the language proficiency level of the students, we will need to teach the mechanics of the English language. When we talk about mechanics, we do it like relating a lot the reading and writing skills. Celce Murcia explains that basically these two skills are um, basically joined together because at the moment when you want to read a word or learn how to read a word, you will basically have to see the form written somewhere or write it yourself. And when we talk about the mechanics, besides mentioning that this is critical to teach, this refers to letter and word recognition and discrimination, as well as rules of spelling and punctuation. Mechanics also involves topics such as the consonant sounds, like the C. Um, for instance, they make a difference in how the letter C sounds whenever you put it together with the letter A or when you put it together with the letter I. Two different sounds for the same letter, and maybe for other languages that they have a different phonemic conformation, they might not have this difference, but this is something that for English learners, and maybe if they don't use the same Romanic alphabet that we use, they might get confused. So it is important on this part of the mechanics, focused as well, not only on the letter C, consonant as well as maybe the consonants H, which have different combinations with the letter S, with the letter C, and also they make totally different sounds, as well as the letter T in combination with some vowels or some other consonants like the consonant H. And teaching mechanics of writing skill involves activities such as matching tasks, writing tasks, and sound spelling in correspondence practice. This is a small example of learning sequence based on the learner's level of proficiency. In this case, is for elementary. This is just a little exercise. I will go quickly over this exercise because I mean it's been quite some time already speaking. So this is just an example of making a postcard, and this is, as I said, is for elementary level, and we're gonna make our students study the particularities of how to write a postcard, as well as you will find here a short description in the presentation on what to do, which is basically check understanding of the information from students, also maybe check on some expressions, then we can move forward to understanding what's the grammar involved in it, and also why not the greetings that we can involve, vocabulary like greetings, and also signing offs. And when the students have the completed task of maybe at the end writing their own postcard, the idea is that we can just put the students in the situation in which they're going to travel somewhere, and they decide the place where they're going to do it, and basically they do their own postcard. At a final stage, they can just go ahead and share the postcard, or maybe just read them themselves. Let's talk about the common challenges and solutions. I found two main challenges and solutions in the bibliography that I read. And the first one is when learners do not use the same Romanic alphabet or writing as Arabic, Japanese, Korean, or Russian learners. This might be solved by focusing on consistently teaching the mechanics of English language, as we mentioned before. And also, a second challenge is the orthography, which is also involved in the mechanics of the language. Learning English vowels and consonants combinations, as they have several variations, and some of those variations cannot be inferred using sound spelling correspondence, like maybe we do in Spanish. This can be solved by helping students with activities that involve the practice of orthographic rules, consonant and vowel spelling, reading exercises. Let's also rapidly talk about the levels of proficiency and can do statements according to the Common European Framework. And as you know, we can find A1, A2, B1, and also B2, C1, and C2 levels. And well, this is in Spanish because it was taken directly from the Common European Framework document, which is in Spanish. And basically, I mean, at 8.1 level, it says that I'm able to make postcards or like short postcard. For instance, sending congratulations to someone. In the A2 level, we're able to describe notes and messages, very brief and simple. Um, Related to our personal needs. And B1, it says that we're able to write simple texts. And well, let's move on to the B2 level, which it is a bit more complex. It says that we're able to write clear texts and detailed texts about a big, let's say, series or list of topics related to my interests. In C1, we're able to express in clear texts and well structured, presenting a different point of views um, and being maybe more extended. And in C2, we're able to write clear and fluent texts in our proper and own style. And we can write letters, we can make reports and articles more complex than in other levels. And also, we can find some educational sites to download and create material, which I'm going to leave here in the presentation. ISL Collective is great. It is for free, and well, also you can pay in it, but the for free side, you can download any kind of material related to writing and the other skills, as well as Busy Teacher and Teach This. These three websites are going to be here listed, the links here in the presentation. So if later on you want to access them. And well, these are just the references of the texts that I used to build up this presentation and my knowledge towards the writing skills. Definitely, we can go deeper on the topic. However, I mean, we just have 5 minutes to rapidly explain in overall what the writing skill is and what is the position on the language learning process. And thank you so much.